I have been flirting with the idea of teaching more online. I've done it before. I did it this last term. I did not like the experience. I thought it was very bland, very gray. There was no interaction, no dynamic with my students. Not nearly the same as there is when you have an in-class environment. It's more convenient for the student, but not necessarily more convenient for the teacher. It is less efficient, and I don't think that the learning experience is any better. In fact, I think it's worse. There is a function of online learning that we can use in conjunction with in-classroom learning, especially in language acquisition, but I don't think it will replace it. Yet, the market continues to skyrocket, and there's still a very large push for this stuff. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rojo Reads the News. I'm your host, Paul. Today we are talking about online English teaching, something that I've been trying to avoid. The real question is, if I continue to try to avoid this, is that going to be detrimental to my career long term? Or am I just being an old man and refusing reality of the future? Are my thoughts and feelings about this true? So this is going to be the conversation over the next couple of years, I think. Online English teaching business skyrockets in China. Get on it. This comes from GIC Expat. Even in times of crisis, China remains a land of great opportunities, as evidenced by two recent reports published by the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences and Chinese Academy of Sciences, announcing a continuous boom in online English teaching programs. This site on the education industry became all the more popular during the work-from-home period and has been for several years already. Based on past trends and the recent COVID-19 outbreak, its popularity is showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. Compared with the traditional classroom model, online classes are a lot more flexible to suit the schedule for both teachers and students, with the added benefit of joining or teaching from the comfort of your own home. That is a big misnomer. Comfort of your own home. For teachers, a lot of teachers, including myself, don't really have very good technology or a Wi-Fi connection to be able to teach from home. This is why we have classrooms with all the resources and the way the classroom is set up. Doing a class through a screen like this is very one-dimensional. Whereas if you're in a classroom setting, you can play on the environment. You can move people around. You can put them into groups. That is a huge component of language education. And you don't have that ability in the same manner with online teaching. So this idea that it's more comfortable, definitely not from a teacher standpoint. And I know many students who actually miss the social dynamic of being in a classroom live with classmates and students and actually going out rather than staying at home on their sofa. The fast pace of technology development makes it more and more convenient for all parties involved, helping tutors personalize their programs and content based on the needs of students who are seeing their learning costs cut substantially. Yeah, it's cheaper. In some cases, the profit margins are much higher for this because expenses are so much lower, but the cost is just slightly lower. So the people who have these online platforms are making a killing. There's a lot of money being made in this, guys. The margins are just much bigger than that of the in-classroom model. And I think that's another reason why this is being pushed so much. Fletcher was an online English tutor from the United States who worked with Chinese students ranging mostly from 5 to 11 years old. She has taught daily conversation expressions, basic grammar, and English songs utilizing her fast internet connection, webcam, headphones, and her personal laptop. She was among tens of thousands of native English-speaking teachers working remotely, connecting with a huge Chinese student base facilitated by modern technologies. This trend has created the growth of a number of job opportunities for job seekers in the English-speaking community. While many out west have struggled to cope with job cuts and rising unemployment in some parts of the world due to the COVID-19 pandemic, China's vast online English education market has surfaced much-needed hope. The online education industry in China has developed quickly in recent years and is becoming the new bright spot for the Chinese economy. The number of online program subscribers is expected to reach approximately 260 million by 2022, an increase of 95% from 2018, according to statistics from the iResearch Consulting Group, a China-based market research and consulting company released in December 2019. Here's the problem with this statistic. 260 million by 2022 registered, right? Registered subscribers. That is not active users. A lot of these studies that come out are funded by investor groups who have invested a lot of money into these programs and want to see it increase. These facts are kind of skewed in ways to give you a much greener pastures look of the industry. There are some online English teachers out there that do very well, but the vast majority of them cannot find clients. And because the market is saturated with English teachers from all around the world, the wages are very low. And don't forget to take into account your tax liabilities working as 1099 employees. So the net compensation for these teachers is far lower than what is being advertised and what is being said by some of these research groups. Chinese children are one of the biggest sub-markets for the English language education market, with many of the big-name brands designing programs that are specifically catered to their preferences and needs. The quality of teachers and cost of the program are two major determinants that influence Chinese parents' decisions in picking the right learning platform for their children. The report predicted that an increasing amount of offline English education institutions in China would soon move part of their business online to get a piece of a bigger pie, as we can expect that virtual learning will only get better and more convenient over time by virtue of technology progress. That is something I will agree with, actually, that this will continue to get bigger. It will improve. The technology will improve. The question is, will it replace in-person teaching? Does it have the same weight and the same results of the classroom teacher? I don't think it does. I really don't. But have you taught online? Have you taken classes online? What do you think of this trend? Comment below. Let me know.